is top rank. Got more bars in the Shawshank.
Designer sneakers hurt my feet now. Every beat is getting beat down. Couldn't eat, well watch I eat now. Like how you getting paid to freestyle? Different cities every week now. Every woman is a now. What state brought you looking bleak now? I was home to sleep, designer sheets now. 30 different missions. When I speak, they listen. Couldn't find it, so she fishing. Who the crew? It wasn't you. I know it's true, cause you look like the opposition. Run it up, run it up. Greatest ever sums it up. I ain't have a lot when I was coming up. Kinda made my stomach turn when I brung it up. Wait.
Cook it up, gourmet. I go Super Saiyan, gold tank. Anything I ever do is top rank. Got more bars in the Shawshank. Cook it up, gourmet. I go Super Saiyan, gold tank. Anything I ever do is top rank. Got more bars in the Shawshank.
Tell me what you want, what you need. Tell me what you wanna give. How much blood would you bleed? I'ma tell you I'm a misconceiver. I'm a believer. Someone better kick my fever. Tell me if
All right, Coach, coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports brings us to Southern California and Dignity Health Sports Park in Carson. Today, we're set for a good AFC matchup between the Pittsburgh Steelers and our home team. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. This is taken about 7 yards deep, and no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. They'll run. This is Melvin Gordon. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
Second and 6, just inside the 30.
Come on, let's go.
Now Bridgewater. Try to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. Picked off near the 44. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. Well, not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon, intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school is he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now they try the right side here. Oh, that's just not fair, and now room to run. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. A great effort there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. On for the extra point, Jake Elliott. And he'll put it through to make it 7-0 Steelers. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. The Charger drive about to get going. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 the score as they start 1st and 10. A pretty big opening there on 1st down. 8 yards up to the 33. Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 33-yard line.
28 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2.
Let's get off the field.
Here's Bridgewater. Got Gordon open, completes it. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
So that was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? 2nd and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
Now the Steelers put a stop to the action with a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. This is Gordon. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Buddy up, 55. Right there in the middle, 55. Ricky.
On 2nd down, they'll run with Gordon. And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
Let's go, D. Big series right here, so we got to step it up.
3rd and short yardage, Bridgewater. Got a man, it's complete. Williams. And some room to maneuver. There he goes, right side. And all the way in for a Charger touchdown. Mike Williams, his first touchdown on the year. As his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Check 3, check 3. Hey, check 24. Go.
Brissett. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
On third down, Brissett looking downfield for Jones. And got his man complete. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. A big play there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Steelers have taken the lead. Seeing some pretty good offense here in this first quarter.
It's been a wild start to this quarter, as you noted. And now with that lead that we're seeing, can they retaliate? I get the sense this one's going to go back and forth all game long.
And that probably won't be the last long touchdown that we see in this one. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Charger drive about to get going. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Watch the safety creep.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Third down, Bridgewater. He's got his man. It's Williams. A very well-executed play. It goes for 29 yards.
And the key number on that play, 3. Third play of the drive, third down, spectacular catch, turns into a first down.
First down saves them from a 3-and-out. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Now they run from the gun with Gordon. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. On 2nd and 11 now. Bridgewater under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46.
It's a team game, but sometimes individuals do stand out, don't they? How about that for a twofer? Tackle for the loss on the running play on the previous down, and then comes right back and gets a sack.
Third and long now after the sack, and we'll see if Bridgewater has a response.
Tight end right. 4 down. Check.
From the gun, Bridgewater. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
It's a great job by this secondary. When I watch them, they remind me of elite defenders on a basketball court, right? They want to contest each and every pass.
Great contest on third down to bring up 4th. 4th down, and on is Ty Long to punt. Jamal Agnew is deep to return it. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And this will be out of bounds, and they spot it at the 15-yard line. Not too bad. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. The Steelers able to pick up 18 yards there. Well, they're making a real first-quarter statement with a run game, no doubt.
For those who remember old-school football, running it, establishing things, seeing backs find holes, get through them, they've got to like what they're seeing from this unit so far. Right now, they've decided to, as you said, establish the run game, and they've been successful doing it.
And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. Steeler football here to begin quarter number 2 as they've got it with a 2nd and 13 forthcoming. Now, Brissett. A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Casey Hayward. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line.
You're looking there at a defensive back who's maybe a step slower than he was when he came into the league a decade ago. I know I questioned his speed coming into the game, but what he's lost in speed, he's more than made up for it with intellect. And that's a great job of knowing how to position himself to make that interception.
Crunch time, defense.
Now Gordon on first down. First down, Los Angeles there with a pickup of 14 yards.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's Gordon. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
On 2nd down and 4, Bridgewater. And down he goes. The pressure getting to Bridgewater. Javon Hargrave, the D tackle, getting the sack. Well, you don't usually get a sack from a nose tackle spot, but we got one there.
No, we don't. And a lot of the times in passing situations, they end up off the field anyway. So how happy was he to work his way back to the quarterback and put him on the ground? He's going to have to put a nickname after something like that, some Big Jelly or something like that.
Bridgewater from the gun on 3rd down. And a big loss here as he's taken down. T.J. Watt. He's the one to get him this time, and back-to-back sacks brings up 4th down. Here's Ty Long now as he's on to punt for L.A.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
47's the mic. 47's the mic. Get your swarm on. Post it up.
Try to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. Tough sequence there for the offensive line.
Well, it gives us a chance to shine a little spotlight on the defensive linemen, on the defensive tackles. They don't normally get a bunch of praise, but it all starts there, doesn't it? If you're going to have a good run defense, they have to hold the point of attack and make plays as they just did there.
Brissett from the gun on 3rd. And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. Jerry Tillery able to get him down for a loss of 11. And it brings up 4th down. Here's Jordan Berry now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. That's taken it around the 40. That'll be a 50-yard punt with 8 on the return. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. The Charger drive about to get going. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, do you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Devin Bush able to record his 5th sack of the season.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon.
Here we go again. Here we go. Check 50. Check 50. 52's the Mike. Watch Mike. Watch Mike. I'm on.
Bridgewater now. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more.
So, Brandon, we've sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
3rd and long now after the sack, and we'll see if Bridgewater has a response.
Check 37. Check 37.
From the shotgun, it's Bridgewater. So no sack. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, but it'll still bring up a 4th down. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the 2nd quarter. 14-7. Here's Ty Long now, as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
We get slap happy up here sometimes. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down.
49 to Mike. Watch 49. Watch the slant. Watch the slant.
To throw is Brissett. Hauling it in, Nelson. That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be 3rd down.
Pass complete, but no gain.
No yards.
Yeah.
So you file that as unsuccessful.
Yeah, you do, don't you? Except on the stats, throwing the ball.
Get a completion.
You get a catch.
Yeah.
But still,
no yardage.
Okay.
Watch the shit.
From the shotgun, it's Brissett. Being chased, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Uchenna and Nwosu got the sack there. Now the Chargers will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the 1st half. Berry on to punt as he gets this one away. taken right at the 35. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Chargers will be set up pretty well as they take over in great field position.
On 1st and 10, Bridgewater. And down he goes. The pressure getting to Bridgewater.
I'm starting to wonder if this offensive line just simply doesn't like him. I mean, they've given up 6 sacks in this game. He's had nowhere to go, nowhere to run, and obviously nowhere to hide.
And all those sacks in the first half, this is just complete domination. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Bridgewater to throw it. Going up top. That's caught at the 25. Chargers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. Here's Badgley now for the Charger field goal. And this one a 41-yard attempt. Badgley able to knock this one through. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Lets it go for Nelson, and that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Now, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Let's see what you got.
Brissett sets to throw it. Lets it go for Nelson. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left. J.J. Nelson, the intended target. And now it's 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
47's the mic, boy. 47. Check.
Here's Brissett. It's caught. Jones. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. They'll throw now on the final play. There goes a deep ball, end zone. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? So time for the second half as the Steelers have the lead, and they will also be receiving the football here to start the third quarter.
Come on, baby, let's go. Get excited. Let's go. Let's go.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had an ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he's going to get across midfield and into Charger territory. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
From just shy of midfield, Brissett, Casey Hayward, the Pro Bowler, there to knock it away.
Well, so many times defensive backs get caught playing the man rather than the football, but not in this case. That's an excellent play. Did exactly what you're supposed to do. Attack the football and help break up the pass.
And, yep, as a result, knocks it down. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. And to give this time to the tailback. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. The defense stiffens to force 4th down following that first down gain of 8. The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2. They'll try and run for it. And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. Well, they deemed it 4-down territory, and they got 4 yards to pick up the first.
And the Steelers first down.
The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. Throwing, Brissett. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. Casey Hayward, the Pro Bowler, there to knock it away.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
40 seconds to Mike. Hey. Jim.
A second down throw for Brissett. It's complete to Jones. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. A big play there. With 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. Elliott good on the extra point, and that makes it a 21-10 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The Charger drive about to get going. And their halftime hole now even deeper. And they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger. But no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing. And try and get back to where you were to start the half.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Bridgewater. Stepping up, he's good. Now he's hit, and Bridgewater loses the football. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And they will finally put it into the return, but not until he takes it back all the way inside the 10-yard line.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk-reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit, and in this case, lose the football?
So, should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the safe play.
You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong, is it? Because you can analyze it, but I think ultimately you got to look at it as a first option, taking care of the ball.
And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. A great play there, with his second touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Steelers capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Elliott good with a PAT, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
You like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. There to stop him, Terrell Edmonds.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 38-yard line.
Y'all not ready.
On 2nd and 9, Bridgewater is going to let this one go deep. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
An attempt at a deep ball there. They didn't get it. But, boy, they're going to need a few of those to actually hit in order to get back into this game.
Good thing they do have a little bit of time here still left in the contest. Decent-sized deficit, but not one that they can't manage. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Out of the gun, Bridgewater. And down he goes. The pressure getting to Bridgewater. Devin Bush in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Here's Ty Long now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They've really distanced themselves. They have put the pedal to the metal, I guess, so to speak.
So definitely have them in the rearview mirror, don't they? I mean, you're exactly right. Being able to string together these drives that end up in points, it's almost like a run in basketball to create that distance, and they're on a really big-time one right now.
It becomes contagious, doesn't it?
It absolutely does, because oftentimes it translates to your defense as well, because they're excited about getting the ball back for their offense that's playing so well.
Well, they are clicking right now.
Y'all playing the wrong football. Say.
Throwing again, Brissett on 2nd and 10. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. From the gun, here's Bissett. Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. The former number 3 pick, Joey Bosa, bringing the lumber that time. Boy, he came in off the edge so quickly there.
Look out, because that's exactly what it was being shouted by the offensive lineman to his quarterback, because he had no chance to block him.
That's pulled in at the 32. That's a 49-yard punt, 8 though on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Charger drive about to get going. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Here's a quick hitch route, and the throw complete. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. A gain of 13. It's a 1st down.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Now this throw caught left side. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out.
To throw, Bridgewater. It's Williams on the catch. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Mike Williams with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Chargers are able to close the gap just a bit.
Well, if you've got him in your fantasy league, you like his production, his 2nd touchdown of the game. But right now, his team is trailing. Fortunately, he's playing pretty well and trying to keep him in it.
Yeah, they might need a little more from him here.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they continue to call his number. Right now, he needs his defense to step up and give him a chance.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession. That was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some 1st downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
Took just 1 play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on 1st down. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's going to get across midfield and into Charger territory. It's a good pickup on the ground of 7 yards, and time has run out on this 3rd quarter. Back now at Dignity Health Sports Park in Carson. It's Steeler football, and they have the lead as well as we begin quarter number 4. Now a handoff looking right. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10.
Brendan, every great running backs coach I've talked with has always talked about when you have great vision, you're not consciously thinking about your cuts and your moves. You're just doing them. And I think that's what we're seeing tonight. He's about run them into submission, hasn't he?
You took the words right out of my mouth. I was just going to use that phrase. He has run them into submission.
Wave the white flag.
Now a handoff here to his running back. Tackle made there by the safety, Derwin James. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
And he'll get 3 down at the 34-yard line.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
And the Steelers on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Reset. Man open, it's Moss complete. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. The Steelers able to pick up 18 yards there.
And the Steelers first down.
Brissett now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line.
He was brought down by Drew Tranquil.
Under 10.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 14-yard line.
On 2nd and 7, Brissett is going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. A gain of 13. It's a 1st down. Defensively, they're okay with that. Short little route, tackle him inbounds. Okay.
All right, cliche alert. It's time for someone to make a play because they've got to have something bigger downfield. They can't just take what they give them. They've got to force it and make something big happen for them.
A good chance now to put this game on ice. And he's in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Punching it in from a yard away. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. He keeps carrying the ball into the end zone, and in this one, he's sort of carrying the team on his back.
He's the reason that they lead right now, no question about it. And you talk about on his back, he's not minding the extra weight at all, is he? Carrying that just as lightly as he does the football.
Yeah,
what a great performance so far.
Those 3 touchdowns, it's got him in the lead. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Charger drive about to get going. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Looking for more there on 1st down, but this throw downfield incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
A 2nd down throw for Bridgewater. Launching one for Henderson. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Von Bell. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. Oh, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Now, that turnover might just about do it. Here, 4th quarter, the lead that you've got, they can just run the football, run the clock.
You're exactly right. They played smart, a couple of 1st downs, and this one should just about be over.
5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. To throw, Brissett. Complete to Jones. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on 2nd down. And the Steelers on 3rd down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. This will be 3rd and 5. Here's Brissett. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's 4th down. Here's Jordan Berry now. He's been terrific so far. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. This is taken at about the 14. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Charger drive about to get going. They'll start on the ground. This is Gordon on first down. Space to maneuver at the 40. And he's going to get this into enemy territory at the 45. That one 28 yards on the ground.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. There's a ball thrown right side and complete. 17 yards for the Chargers there as they've got themselves a first down. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score.
Hey, pick it up, defense. Let's go. Mike 3. Combo. It's just me and you. That's me and you. Mike 3.
First down, Bridgewater. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Mike Williams, the intended target, but it's going to be 2nd down. Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete pass that we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game, and that was a big talk both in his town and amongst his team. How do we get the passing game going? So big credit to them holding them under 200 today.
No, check that. We're going to move.
Throwing again, Bridgewater on 2nd and 10. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off inside the 5. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And still a little bit of time left, but the defense can't stop the clock, so 3 kneel downs should be enough to finish this one off. They're going to be stopped up on this first down run. He might have gotten back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 5-yard line.
On the double. Mike 47.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Clinton Dix there for the stop. 2 runs for a net gain of nothing. Now here's 3rd and 10. Brissett now. He's going to float this one deep right side. This is intercepted. Desmond King picks it. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line.
Oh, man, Brandon, not a real good throw that time. It looked like he tried to put a little too much air under this one, and it turned into a floater. And defensively, this is a dream. He could have fair caught that one. That was way too easy.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Hey, check Mike. Watch 55. Pick it up. Yeah. Pick it up. 55's Mike, guys.
Following the interception, here's Bridgewater. Now he's hit, and Bridgewater loses the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Mike, 50. Right there in the middle, 55. Hey, watch that. Hey, watch the ball.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Bridgewater, now a desperation throw deep down. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Von Bell. So this one in the win column for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half to put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I get the sense it was much more of the adjustments they made. They came in with a game plan that we saw that didn't work in the first half. They made the adjustments necessary, went away from that, and then they got it together, got a spark, and then took off. It's really nice to watch in the second half.
So for Pittsburgh, they're on a nice early roll as they move to 3-1 with a win here. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the home team here, they'll drop down to 1-3. And they'll be off to Oakland next week for a date with the Raiders. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaud. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
Fools my sons. Haha, bag up off me and watch you lose. Snoop Dogg is on the mic, I'm giving Madden blues. And if you choose to run up on me, you gon' get laid out so fast. Cause I can get you with the run or I can hit you with the pass. Come on. I can't be touched and I can't be schemed. Roll you when I'm in a mud league. 2-0, 2-0. Man, time on you suckers. Y'all can't get close, so why you wanna touch us? Cause my team is so hard. My team is legit. Madden 20, Snoop Dogg is. I get it. I got cleats on my feet, jersey on my back, helmet on my head, ready to attack like that. Down in Mississippi and New Orleans, big Snoop Dogg got a Madden league. Your team is off the hook and you don't really want none, but if you do, come and get some. You tell your mama and tell your daddy. Tell the whole damn world it's Madden territory. Tell your mama and tell your daddy. Tell the whole damn world it's Madden territory. Come get some if you want some, but you ain't bad enough, so you can't take none. I'm Big Snoop Dogg, and I'm the only one. And when it comes to Madden, all y'all fools my sons. Bag up off me and watch you lose. Snoop Dogg is on the mic, I'm giving Madden blues. And if you choose to run up on me, you gon' get laid out so fast. Cause I can get you with the run or I can hit you with the pass. Come on. I can't be touched and I can't be schemed. Roll you when us. Y'all can't get close, so why you wanna touch us? Cause my team is so hard. My team is legit. Madden 20, Snoop Dogg is. Now get it. Big Snoop Dogg. It's in the game.
Oh, I had to get back up. I had to get back up. I can't take no loss. You better call back up. I'm running it down to finish. I don't play, get down to get it. Talk about that, come slide, I'm with it. Better see me now, on God, I'm litty. I know that you tryna go big. Better run up the cash, you love to spend. Better kill it and did it again. I'm with it, 10, I'm down to win. I can't feel bad about it. I know you sad about it.
Know you sad about it. Know you sad about it.
I just got bags from Prada. Rolling up. I'm in a brand new model. It'll be here tomorrow. I don't got fears or problems. Only got real ones round them. Only got. It take a week to count it. Then I'm back up. Name the place and we back up. Running these racks up. 100 meals a week after. Dying from laughter. When they come to handles, never had one.